afternoon, good evening, public safety community. This is I, Jason Carp from the Public Safety Network, here to give you the public safety news of the day, our nod to public safety and all that you do. Give me 3 minutes. I'm going to blow your mind. Let's rock and roll right into it. What's going on in LMR? Well, there's still LMR systems out there. Virginia's STAR system, the statewide agency radio system, they're up for some upgrades and maintenance, and they put out a $120 million bond and an RFP. And during the pre-bid meeting, one company showed up, our good friends at Motorola. This raised some concern. In particular, one of the folks from the state legislature, Senator Janet Howell, raised concern about how only one bidder would show up and why, what's the case here? Well, according to L3 Harris, they're extremely disappointed because they believe that the RFP was actually geared only toward Motorola. And it insists the highly technical RFP includes several requirements that only Motorola can meet, including certain interoperability with proprietary Motorola equipment. Well, that would be concerning if that is the case. Of course, the state police, are pushing back, saying, no. This is something that anybody could meet these requirements. But as I said, state legislatures are a little concerned about this. Apparently, Virginia State Police has the authority and power, if they want, to pull it back and to reissue, redo it. L3 is encouraging them to do so, but it's still pending. We don't know what's going to happen there. But open and fair competition, that's what it's all about, especially in government. We all know this. If we're going to use the RFP process, we should use it right. Otherwise, do a sole source. But anyway, we'll see how that plays out here in Virginia. So interesting, right? Yes. Okay. What else is going on? Guns. We've talked about this before. Americans are on track to stockpile more guns than ever in the history of the country. Just in the 9 months through September, I think it's 9 months, we're on track to stockpile newly purchased guns in the range of 15.1 million guns. 15.1 million guns. I said 9 months, 7 months from March through September. 15.1 million guns. Now, normally gun purchases are spurred on by fear and unrest. Now we've got that, but also apparently purchases are being motivated here by a destabilizing sense, pushing people who consider themselves anti-gun to buy weapons for the first time. So that's a big pivot. So people are feeling a little bit uneasy and they're turning to protection. What does that mean for public safety? We all know what that means, public safety. More guns, more propensity for violence, whether intentional or not, especially given the unrest going on with this election and everything else. So be vigilant. We got a lot of guns out there on the street. What else is going on? California is passing or has passed a new law regarding officer bias. They're requiring mental health checks for all new officers to determine whether there is any inherent bias for peace officers or explicit bias against race, ethnicity, gender, religion, sexual orientation, and will exclude any unfit recruits based on this testing. Some in the, I think it's unions and experts, police experts are pushing back, not because they disagree with the concept. I think everybody's in agreement that there shouldn't be explicit bias, but the tools and measures that are going to be used are not defined. So they're concerned that could be either illegitimately used or used in a way that indiscriminately discriminates or forecloses certain candidates or recruits from making it. So get it. And this is new territory, and we do need to make sure that there is no implicit bias in the tools being used to measure implicit bias. Right? You heard it here first. Jason Carp, Public Safety Network. You heard it here. What else is going on? I mentioned in the last episode that Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson out of Michigan had banned open carry near polling places to protect this election over concern of voter intimidation. A judge, unfortunately, has said, you overstepped your authority. That's effectively lawmaking, and you didn't get public input, so struck it down. Again, not a commentary on the substance of what she was trying to do, but overstepped her bounds under local law. So that open carry restriction, no longer there. Let's see what happens. And then finally, this one, I don't even know what to say. But apparently, and this happened actually in, I believe, in India, but it's worth talking about. Some men were arrested for selling a lamp for $93,000. Why, you may say? Well, because they claimed that this was a magic lamp that produced a genie that would grant wishes. You can't make this up. Here's one better. Somebody bought it. Somebody bought the lamp thinking it was a magic lamp with a genie. And apparently the sellers put on a whole ruse and had one of their colleagues dress up like a genie, smoke and stuff. And somebody bought it for $93,000. I'm wondering which one of them should be locked up. On that note, Jason Karp Esquire from the Public Safety Network signing off on today's news of the day. It has been an absolute pleasure and an honor as always. Have a great one. See ya.